Good morning. Now it's 6 a.m. I woke up around 5:15 and came down here. I just got done pumping. Remy's still sleeping. Elliot just woke up. He just came downstairs, but I come down here and pump in my office around this time, and I usually then get up for the day. I'm a little bit later than normal, but if it's during the week, I get up and then I pump and then I'll go work out. But she's still sleeping, so I might go lay back down. It's a Saturday, but this is kind of my, not her, that's where we change her during the day. This is my office for now, and I just keep my pump over in the corner. And that's what I do every single morning, so I figured I'd show you that. It looks like I pumped out about 13.5 ounces, which is normal for me because the last time I fed, I guess, was before bed last night, which was at 7:30. So I go all night now until usually about 4:45. This morning it's like 5:13. So I don't know what we're gonna get into today, but what is you doing in here? What is you doing in here? Huh? What is you doing? Good morning. You're all the way around in your crib. Good morning. Hi. Hello. Hello. What were you saying to the camera? What was you saying? What were you saying? What? Who dat? Hello, who dat? Is that baby Remy? Say hi. Just finished eating, so it's about 7:20. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go get dressed and see what we're doing today. I think we're gonna do, we're in quarantine still, so it's not much we can do, but it's gonna be about 85 degrees today. So we're gonna get an early walk and then I might get a workout in today, or I might take a rest day. I'm not sure. But I do have some meal prep to do, so I'll take you guys along while I do some of that. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? You had a monster blowout this morning, didn't you? Yeah, good job. Good job after that last clip was taken. Good job. Yeah. I don't Yeah, I know. Alright, so on the first thing I'm going to prep up today, I'm going to just do my turkey bacon right now, and all I do is I use one of these skillets, just like a long range skillet, just to prep up the turkey bacon in a regular Oscar Mayer turkey bacon. And then I had two packs of these, so I pulled 2 out and I freeze the rest. The reason I prep those ahead of time is because it's so much easier in the morning then, or for snack or whatever, just to grab because they're already pre-cooked. So I just cook up a bunch at a time versus turning on the skillet. I'm all about convenience. So like my husband will pull from it and have snacks or put it on sandwiches. I like to eat them in the morning with eggs, or crinkled up in my eggs, or crinkled on a salad. So that's part of my morning meal prep. Or weekly meal prep, I guess. I'm gonna do 2 packs. So yeah, I'm gonna make some breakfast real fast. I've shown you guys how I make my oats before, so I won't put that in here, but I'll show you when I'm done making. I'm gonna do protein oats, and then hubby already made me my coffee ready to go. So I'm just gonna mix that up. Right here. Get some breakfast for mom now. Okay, so I've got my oats right here. Got my coffee, which is really full. But I got this new flavor of the nut pods, and this is probably my favorite so far. I really like the French vanilla. Hazelnut was good, but this is really good. I found this at Sprouts. So I've got my oats right here. Got my coffee, water. And something that I do every morning is usually whenever I have a free second, like right now my husband has Remy, I will pre-enter my meals for the day inside of, I use my macros. I know a lot of people use MyFitnessPal. It's all the same. But I will go through and pre-enter everything in on my macros for the day. So like, and it's really easy too because I eat a lot of the exact same things. So really all I have to do is, I mean, I could go yesterday and hit copy day and eat very similar to the same meals. We did go to my in-laws house yesterday and have dinner. Tonight we're going over to my sister's house to have dinner because she's moving. So my mom's just bringing over some taco meat. But I know ahead of time, see what I'm saying? Like, I know that we're having tacos, so I could actually enter that all in right here and go ahead and pre-log the day. But I tell my clients to do this a lot too because you can see everything at the end of the day. Then if you're gonna hit your total, really helpful too. Like if you're going out to dinner, a lot of that stuff's not happening because we're all in quarantine right now. But like if you knew tonight that you were going out to dinner, I would get a hold of the menu. I'd look and see what you were gonna eat, and then I'd go ahead and put that into dinner right now. And then you can kind of plan your other breakfast, lunch, snacks around that meal. So that at the end of the day, you can see that you're gonna stack up and hit your macros. I'm not prepping for a photo shoot anymore, but I am reversing out of it. So we're slowly adding food. And in my opinion, I think a reverse diet is so much more, you need to be so much more diligent than even on a cut. Everybody thinks, oh, we're on a cut, like we're on a diet, we're losing weight, yay, awesome. But what happens is your metabolism actually starts to adapt to whatever level of intake you give it for so long. So if you're in a caloric deficit, it stands to reason that your metabolism is slowly gonna start to decrease over time. And that's what happens. So if you're eating this many calories and your metabolism's here and you're maintaining your weight because you're burning as much as you're taking in, well, then you drop your calories, you'll lose weight, but slowly your metabolism will start going down. And when your metabolism meets your intake again, that's when you plateau. So when I was in a cut, I never got below 1900 calories because I am still breastfeeding, but I did lose some weight and I want to maintain that weight loss. But if my metabolism's down here, I have to slowly bring my intake up to get my metabolism to follow so I'm not gaining all this weight, basically. So we have increased my intake. I'm over 2,000 calories again. I'm still so hungry. I can't believe, I swear pregnancy fixed me. Like I had a history of an eating disorder. I was very restrictive in what I ate, and now like I'm eating a giant bowl of oats, which is everything in here in the morning is roughly 600 calories. Like, first meal. Yeah, my breakfast is 500 calories, 30 protein, 46 carbs, 22 fat for everything in there. So yeah, and it's just my first meal, and I'm hungry again. Like I'll eat again at like 10:30 and then at 12, and then anyways, that's my day. So I like to pre-enter everything, make sure I'm meeting everything. So that's usually what I do if I get a free second when I'm eating breakfast or a little bit later on. So I'm gonna do that right now and just kind of plan in my day. My macros aren't super low right now. I'm at 125 protein, 190 carbs, 85 fat. That's what I'm at right now in my reverse diets. So that's what I did. I went ahead and I got pretty darn close. I'm a little over in protein by 3, still have about 3 carbs though, and I have 1.8 grams of fat remaining. So I always tell my clients to try to get in between plus or minus 5 grams of all protein, carbs, and fats, and then you've done pretty good. So I've got everything logged in there. Pretty proud of myself. All right, let's eat. You love this one, huh? We got this for Christmas and it's really kind of cool.
I have 2 ears.
It's very interactive.
Let's count. 1.
You do like it, huh? Yes. 1, 2
Where's
hand.
my blue foot?
Where's your blue foot? Right here.
Blue foot. That's great.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Right, right, right. Right, right, right. Right, right, right. Oh, big hugs and kisses. Saturday morning playing with my sweet pea. We're just waiting on Elliot. And then we'll go on a walk. And then Mommy will finally wash her hair. It's been like 3 days. She's gonna grab with the camera in her face. My bacon is almost done. And then I'll let that cool while we all go on a family walk.
I'm not heading for the stars, driving down the boulevard at night. Playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the street as I go by. And it doesn't even matter to me where I go, I just feel I need to take a ride. Got my coffee cup to go, and I'm gonna hit the road.
So I just got back from our walk and I nursed her, and then I just put Remy down for a nap. But I wanted to show you, I finished the bacon and I just put it in these little Ziploc bags, and then you can pull from those, and I put those in the fridge. Hubby's outside taking a nap in the sun. He got off shift and he is just very tired. So I'm going to use this opportunity to get in a quick workout in the garage. All right, I just finished a leg day, but I didn't film the leg because I always do legs on vlog days, and I feel like you guys have seen leg days. So Remy just woke up, so I'm gonna go get her, and I kind of want to lay out in the sun. It's like 80 degrees right now, and your girl needs a tan. All right, so it's quite a bit later, but I was just on the phone for like an hour with Chase Fraud, which sucks. But I showered and Remy's down for a nap right now, so I am going to do some of my meal prep right now. And I did this in another vlog, but I'll just show them quickly here. I'm going to start with the sweet potatoes. And basically what I do is I just cut slits in them, I'll show you, and then I microwave them for about 5 or 6 minutes so they're soft enough so they make it easier to cut. I don't cook them all the way through, but I usually put like 5 or 6 in. I kind of put some slits in them, and then I think I microwaved all 5 of these bigger ones for about 6 minutes. So when you pull them out, they're soft, but they're not like gonna fall apart soft. So that's all I do before I peel all of them. Hopefully you guys can hear me over the microwave, but then what I'm gonna do is just slice and peel them. And I use depending upon how long they've been in the microwave to when you peel them. I had them sitting there while I was putting her down. I use like a paper towel just to protect my hands because they're hot. So when the ones in the microwave come out, I'll have to use this, but I probably won't have to for this first 5. So I'll show you.
I could be who you want, cause I know that I need to be happy too. And then things turn to dust when I bluff just to mess up and tell the truth.
I'm all sliced up here, and then what I do is I go ahead and just line a bunch of baking trays with some aluminum foil. The reason I do that is just easier to clean up, to be honest with you, and I'll just spray it a little bit with, or I'll spray it a little bit, I have some avocado oil spray, just so they don't stick, because they will stick. So right now, I am going to set the timer for 285. Go ahead and set both of mine. I have a double oven. So set the timer for 285, and then what you do, you're gonna have to cut very, very thin, okay? So I'm just using a regular knife here.
When you call my name,
You can see how very, very thin these are. They're very, very thin. Okay? The thinner that you cut them, the quicker they're going to bake. They all need to be roughly the same size because otherwise they bake uneven. I've burnt some before and some of them are still too chewy for me. But they just need to be really, really thin. I'm sure you could use like a mandolin slicer. I don't have one, so I just cut really, really thin, very, very carefully. And then I'm just gonna use a little bit of this avocado oil spray. Sorry, my husband's making his lunch, that's why there's all the lunch meat stuff out. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead, and then what you do is you just take these and you lay them flat. So not overlapping. You want them to all be separate, which is why you might need a couple pans, which is why I love that I have a double oven, because I'll probably need more pans. I have 10 sweet potatoes. Fun fact too, because I have gut issues, sweet potatoes are technically high FODMAP, meaning they can cause GI discomfort in some people. I find that I can tolerate sweet potatoes in smaller quantities, but these are actually yams, so they are different. They have a different sugar content in them than sweet potatoes, and that's the fructans and galactans that'll affect your gut in people that have gut issues already. So I always buy red garnet yams. Fun fact, just in case you have some gut issues, yams over sweet potatoes. So here we go. I was able to get 4 pans, and then I just like to put some cinnamon on. So
can't disguise who I am when I am with you. My armor fell off cause your words got me naked, All I hear is,
and then I'll pull them out, I'll check them, and I'll pull out the done ones, and then I flip every single one of them over with my hands carefully. You could use a spatula, I'm sure, but I just kind of go quickly and pull off at that point any ones that are more done to your liking. They're not like gonna be crunchy like potato chips, but you know, they're not gonna be like overly soggy. Some of them will get really crunchy if you cut them really, really thin, but they're not. Some people are like, oh, I don't know if I did it right, because they're not like a potato chip. So I'll kind of show you what I mean, but usually like you can see kind of like the cook marks on them or whatever, and I just kind of feel them. Let them cool a little bit when you pull them out, because after they cool, they kind of harden a little bit, and then you just kind of pick them off. I have like a little bowl, and then I put them back in for about 25-minute intervals. So though that is my sweet potato. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is my zucchini. So I have a bunch of zucchini here. I'm going to wash it. Wash them all in this bowl, and then I always use like a veggie wash. This is from Sprouts, just the Sprouts brand veggie wash. And I'm just gonna wash these. I am gonna peel them, but because of the virus going on, I'm still gonna wash the actual vegetable, and then I peel the skin anyway. So just kind of spray and then rinse those. here is what I use to spiralize the zucchini. This is called a veggetti, and I'm just using the thin spiral attachment. And so it just kind of goes in here. I got this on, the lighting in here is bad. I got this at Bed Bath & Beyond. If I can find it, I'll link it. It's been a couple years, but it literally just looks like this.
I could be who you want, cause I know that I need to be happy too. And then things turn to dust when I bluff just to mess up and tell the truth. All I hear is an echo, turn the words that we say to ammo. Sleeping on the side of the bed though, weeks of...
And there we go. I just kind of keep it raw in these little containers, and it keeps pretty well. So I just store it raw, and I actually pretty much eat it raw. I mean, you could cook it up into like spaghetti, but I like to put it on salads or in wraps or something just to add a little bit more volume other than like lettuce. So I actually just eat it raw, which is why I personally peel it as well, because the raw peel kind of messes with my gut. So just some things to be aware of, but it's just, I don't know, it's a little bit more volume food. I think it tastes good. You can make a salad with it, add some spinach to it, you know, throw it on with some shrimp or something like that. So, or you can make it into pasta. But yeah, I store it raw. Ooh, okay, so now I'm going to prep some meat, and I've got some venison that I had defrosting in the sink. So it's actually, I guess, fresh venison. My dad got a deer this past fall. And so we have a bunch of, we like 50 pounds of venison in my parents' freezer. So I just defrosted some. It's just ground venison. And I'm going to go ahead and add it to a pan over here.
When you call my name, I go crazy, cause I can't escape. When you call my name, when you call my name, I go crazy. When you call my name, make me lose my game. When you call my name, I go crazy.
And then I usually just add taco seasoning to it once it's been browned. I don't have any taco seasoning now, so I'll probably just do some salt, pepper, chili powder, a little bit of cayenne pepper, and some onion powder, and just kind of mix that all in there. And that's kind of how I do that. But we always have some sort of meat on hand. Like right now we have turkey, so just like that. And all I did was buy like the ground turkey. I put it in there, I added some taco seasoning, and that's it. So we just keep some sort of protein on hand all the time. I can put it on salads, I can put it in wraps, I can make tacos with it. Elliot likes to put it over rice, I can put it in pasta. We do like, or he does a lot of that, like green lentil pasta or a chickpea pasta. And so I can throw that in there. I always have some sort of protein on hand. It's way easier to cook up. So I've got that cooking. I was gonna make some bread, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time. We're gonna go over, my sister just bought a new house and they're moving in today, so we were gonna go take a look at the new house. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm not quite sure, waiting to hear from them. I'm not sure if I'll get to the bread today, but it's a copycat from an Almond Mills recipe. Their artisan bread, I copycatted it and I make it at home. So I've got about 6 minutes on the sweet potatoes, and once those come out, I'll show you guys how I flip all those over. So I just pulled them out of the oven, and all I'm gonna do now is kind of go through and find ones that might be kind of done, and I'm gonna flip all of them over kind of one by one here, kind of like that. Just flip them all over. Some that might be done, you know, you can kind of tell like how some of them will get really crispy. Like this was cut really thin. Here's another one that was really thin. So then I just kind of pick them off and put them in the bowl here. But then all the other ones I will, obviously what happens when you don't get enough spray on the back is they do stick. So I just kind of flip them all, find the ones that are all done. Like that one, you can kind of see how that one's got, like, you know, it's kind of raised, it's a little crispier. That one could be done. Not spray this one very well. These, I can feel them now too when they start to dry, that those are done or start to cool. So I'm just gonna flip them all over. Okay, so I flipped all them over. I pulled off ones that were done, and then I just kind of consolidate the trays as I go and kind of put them back on. This is the step where I do go ahead and re-put some cinnamon on the back sides of them. And then I'm going to reset my kitchen timer here for about 25 minutes. And that's the only time that I flip them over. I only flip them over from the first original time to this second time. And then now I'll keep checking and pulling off done ones, but I won't reflip or add any more cinnamon. So I just kind of cook in 25-minute intervals. Sometimes it's only 125 one. Usually I have to do twice, so 50 minutes plus 50 minutes. It's like an hour and 40 minutes, almost 2 hours depending upon how thick you cut them, how pre-cooked they are in the microwave ahead of time, and how many trays you have. So those are the sweet potatoes. And then I did just pull off the venison. I had put salt, pepper, chili powder, a little bit of onion powder in here. So that's just the ground venison all done. I'll let that cool before I put it in the fridge. Okay, well, I have a minute while the sweet potatoes are still cooking. I wanted to show you guys some of the other things that I always have on hand at my house that are easy to pick up at the store, and they're staples in my house. So the first thing that I guess I prep is I will buy like packs of nuts. I'm like on a huge pecan kick lately. My mom also makes them homemade. So I'll just get a big bag of them, and then I portion them all out into 1 ounce or 1.5 ounce usually Ziploc baggies. So I've got these on hand, which are super convenient for snacking because nuts add up really fast. So I'll just grab one of these and I can just either pull from those, you know, throughout the day. I'll put them on a salad, things like that. But then they're easy to track and they're portion controlled. So I always have these on hand. Some other things that I always have on hand are these brown rice tortillas. These are what I use to either make, I'll put eggs in them in the morning for usually my second meal. I'll put some of the ground venison in it, make tacos with these. So I always have these, they're gluten-free. I'm pretty much gluten-free. There are some things, like sometimes I want the mini ones. You know, when you go gluten-free, the quality, the pliability of some of these aren't the greatest. But I do really like the Food for Life ones. They roll. I mean, they do. They roll. You know, these are good. But we also, I got these at Sprouts. But we also do like the local brand too. These are just little flour ones. They're 9 grams of carbs a piece. So I'll buy those just to do like mini tacos with. And then I really like the RX bars. This is my favorite flavor. This is the chocolate coconut. So I really like this. I've got cinnamon under my nails. So I'll always have some bars on hand. I don't eat a ton of bars, but like there's one in her diaper bag. There's one in my purse in case I'm hungry. I do also do almond butter. I don't usually buy these, but because I've been going to my mom's house a couple times a week, I'll throw one of these in there, the individual packets, if you have a problem with portion control. These are great. They're 2 tablespoons in each one of these. So I'll always have some of these on hand. And then we do like yogurt. So I am dairy free. This is one brand that I love. It's the non-dairy yogurt. And then for my husband, I buy the Oikos 000 because there's no added sugars in it. Actually, I think the macros on here, oh, it's not on this one actually, but there's 15 grams of protein in here, which is what sucks when you do a non-dairy, you don't get that. So I always have those on hand. And then I always have rice cakes. I do the plain rice cakes. They're 7 grams of carbs a piece. And these are like my little vessels to put almond butter on, avocado on. I mix my protein like with a little bit of almond milk and make like a spread on top, shaved turkey on it. I'll put non-dairy cream cheese like the Kite Hill, something like that. This is always a really great snack to have around. So those are kind of the absolute staples that we have at home all the time. I'll kind of cycle through my chips too. I'll do like the Smart Popcorn or like a grain-free. We really like this brand. We do a lot of chips and salsas, so I'll do the Siete brand. Those are kind of like the staples in my meal prep regime. So here's the finished chips. They're, you know, they're pretty, they're thin, they're pretty crispy. Some of them are a little bit more, you know, like pliable, but again, it's as long as you want to cook them for. So then I just keep them in here. Honestly, they don't last much longer than like 3 or 4 days in my house, so I've never had a problem keeping them. And that's why I cook like 10 at a time. But obviously you could, depending upon how many you're gonna have, decide how many potatoes you want to cook, how many pans, that type of stuff. So, yep. And that was, I pulled them out at 50, put them in for 25, pulled some off at 25, put them back in for 25. So it was about an hour and 45 minutes or so, right? Yes, she's been talking to me. You've been talking to me? You're not really sure about that camera, are you? Yeah, you're crazy.
You just see past my lies, can't disguise who